guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. If you guys saw my last Q&A video, you'll know that one of my favorite holiday activities is watching holiday movies, especially during Christmas. Since we're all stuck at home this holiday season, a movie night is the perfect Christmas family activity to do at home. It'll get you feeling all cozy and warm and nostalgic, and it's the perfect way to get into the holiday spirit. So today, I wanted to share with you guys my top 10 Christmas movie recommendations. I'm not saying these movies are the best Christmas movies of all time. I'm just saying that these are movies that I really like and that I think will get you in all of your holiday feels. All of my recommendations are family friendly, so get some popcorn and get ready to do some family bonding. So I made myself a little script with a little synopsis of each movie because if you guys are subscribers of mine, you know that I trip up on my words a lot and that I'm a really awkward person, so I wanted to write everything down to make sure that I didn't miss any of the key points I wanted to talk about. So if you see me looking at my notes, that's what's going on. So I do apologize if that's distracting, but I'm gonna try my best not to look too much at them. Oh, and that reminds me, if you guys are new here, hi, I'm Gigi. Thank you so much for stopping by. I would love it so much if you would stay and join our little YouTube family. So please, if you would like to, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell notification because I'll be posting every day this month up until Christmas. Okay, so let's get started. Oh, I also want to say that these movies are not in any particular order. Like, I haven't rated them from best to worst, and I'm not going to just because these are just for fun. I don't want to get too serious with and get into any arguments with anyone saying that this is the best movie of all time and whatever. These are just for fun. These are movies that I like, and let's just get into it. Okay, so let's start with a holiday classic, and this one is How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Yes, this is obviously a Christmas classic. Everyone knows the Grinch and that he stole Christmas. Now, the Grinch that I'm talking about is the Jim Carrey version, not the 2018 animated version. The reason that I chose the original over the animated one is because I just think it's so much funnier. While it does fall under the category of children and family movies, it does have a little bit more innuendo and is a little bit more fun for us adults too. Don't get me wrong, I love animated movies, but Jim Carrey's portrayal of the Grinch cannot be beat. Don't come at me, it is so good. I think everybody knows the story of How the Grinch Stole Christmas, but if you don't, essentially, Grinch is a character created by Dr. Seuss, and the movie adaptation tells the tale of a Grinch who absolutely loves Christmas and decides that he wants to ruin it for everyone. So the Grinch lives on the outskirts of the town of Whoville, as was exiled essentially by the town and its people. So he decides he wants to get revenge on the residents of Whoville, who are essentially to blame for the Grinch hating Christmas in the first place. It is actually a very touching story about a Grinch who just wants to feel accepted, like we all do. I won't give away too much more of the story if you haven't seen it, so we'll move on to number 2. Number 2 is Christmas with the Cranks. Okay, so I would argue this is one of the most underrated Christmas movies ever. This is actually a personal favorite of mine because when I was growing up, this was one of the very few movies we had on DVD, and I would watch it all the time. Not just during Christmas, like all year long. It was always Christmas with the Cranks because it was one of the very few movies that we had, and I absolutely love it. Okay, real quick, as I'm editing this, I just saw that Smokey posted a video on the worst Christmas movies of all time, and she included Christmas with the Cranks in there. I feel so attacked. Smokey do not come for me. I love this movie, and yes, it is flawed in its own festive way, but it's such a lighthearted and easy to watch film. Also, I love you, Smokey, but you were very much misinformed, okay? First of all, half the town does not congregate outside the Cranks' house. It was just the neighbors who live on their street. And also, the Cranks did not beg their neighbors to help them, but instead their neighbors banded together in the true spirit of the holidays to help out the Cranks to make sure that their daughter, who they all love, had a very Merry Christmas homecoming, okay? Okay, thanks. Maybe I'm biased, but whatever. Yes, I'm starting drama with Smokey Come at me. No, just kidding. I still love you though, but yeah, okay, moving on. But honestly, it's so good. Okay, so the basis of this story is that the Cranks, played by Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis, decide that they're gonna cancel Christmas this year and go on holiday. We just kind of shun everybody that talks to them about Christmas to shock all of their friends by canceling their infamous holiday Christmas party. And then they last minute receive a phone call from their daughter who lets them know that she's actually going to be coming home for Christmas with her brand new fiance. In a turn of events, the Cranks rush to create the perfect Christmas for their daughter and her new fiance. Things go awry and hilarity ensues. 10 out of 10, you gotta watch this. It's so good. Maybe I'm biased, but it's so good. Okay, moving on to number 3. This is another holiday classic that everybody should know by now, and it is Elf. If you don't know the story of Buddy the Elf, portrayed by Will Ferrell, must have been living under a rock. Do I even need to describe the plot of this one? Well, in case you just recently moved out from underneath that rock, Elf tells the tale of Buddy the Elf who lives in the North Pole and discovers he's actually not an elf and that he's actually just another human being. He finds out that his real father lives in New York City, so he decides to take a trip to visit him. And again, things go wrong and hilarity ensues. I could not make a top 10 Christmas movies list and not have Elf on there. I think people would come for my throat. And honestly, I'm not even a huge fan of this film. Like, I like it, but I really just didn't want anyone coming for me in the comments for not having this one on there. LOL. Okay, bye. Number 4. Wow, we're just flying through this. This is great. You may or may not have watched this. Only if you're a 90s kid like me, I'll know the tale of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. But my number 4 recommendation is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and the Island of Misfit Toys. This is just... for all us outcasts, this one hits close to home. I was obsessed with this film. It was not Christmas until this played on YTV. This animated film is one of many in the old animated Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer series. You know the ones narrated by Sam the Snowman. Yeah, so good. Okay, so I felt like I couldn't do this one justice in my own words, so I'm not gonna lie, I ripped this synopsis straight off of IMDb. When the evil toy taker takes all of Santa's toys, it's up to Rudolph and his friends Hermie, Yukon, Cornelius, and the abominable snowman Bumbles to stop him and bring Christmas to the children of the world. Rudolph, who is also a misfit in his own right with his little red nose, travels with his other misfit friends to this island to save Christmas, essentially. Moving on to number 5. Number 5, you may or may not have seen. I've talked to a few different people about this and some have seen it, some haven't. And that is A Miser Brothers Christmas. Okay, hang in there. Just stay with me for a second. When this movie came out, it was a game changer for me. No longer was Rudolph and the Island of Misfit Toys what made Christmas, it was the Miser Brothers. Took over my top spot in those days. So taking place in the same realm as Rudolph, the Miser Brothers are literally polar opposites of each other. One is in charge of Earth's hot climate and one is in charge of the colder climate, and they are the sons of Mother Nature. Mother Nature forces the brothers to set aside their differences and come to Santa's aid when he falls ill and an evil north wind tries to steal his spot. It's such a good movie and it has such a good song when the Miser Brothers sing. Please watch it. Please watch it and comment below when you do because it's so good. Another Christmas classic. So for number 6, I actually picked 2 movies and I'm gonna lump these together so that I can still say this is my top 10 recommendations. Number 6 is The Legend of Frosty the Snowman and Frosty Returns. So essentially very similar films. So these films tell the tale, or should I say the legend, of a snowman named Frosty who comes out during Christmas wherever he is most needed to teach children that magic is real. Aww, it's just a really sweet and cute film. This one's definitely targeted toward more younger children, but again, you know, if you're watching this as a family, it's still a really cute film to watch. Alright, number 7. Number 7, I've chosen a movie which I feel like completely encompasses the meaning of Christmas. So for my number 7 choice, it is The Polar Express. The Polar Express tells the tale of a young boy finding the meaning of Christmas. Christmas Eve, a boy that doesn't believe in the existence of Santa hops on board the Polar Express. Riding the train, he learns about magic, the meaning of friendship, and overall begins to find his Christmas spirit. I remember when I was a kid, I would always dream that I would wake up in the middle of the night and the Polar Express would be outside my window, but it never happened. So I'm still waiting. Yeah, anyways, watch that movie, it's really good. All of these movies are quite old. As you can tell, I'm definitely dating myself here, but they're just so good. I just feel like nowadays Christmas movies don't hold up the same way, or maybe I'm just biased, but whatever. So for number 8, I chose An All Dogs Christmas Carol. Did you guys ever watch the show All Dogs Go to Heaven? I might be aging myself here, but I'm okay with that. Anyways, the movie An All Dogs Christmas Carol is a Christmas version of that show, and essentially a dog version of A Christmas Carol with Ebenezer Scrooge, who hates Christmas and basically is heartless, and then is visited by 3 ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future. Eventually he comes to realize that his life is short and he doesn't want to have any regrets, and then gets in the Christmas spirit. And it's with dogs, and who doesn't love dogs, am I right? Forewarning, you will definitely shed a tear watching this one. Number 9, we're getting close to the end. So for number 9, I've chosen The Nightmare Before Christmas. If you're a fan of Tim Burton films, you're gonna love this one. The Nightmare Before Christmas is the story of Jack the Skeleton, who is the king of Halloween Town and happens to stumble upon a Christmas town. He absolutely loves it and tries to bring Christmas back home, but it doesn't quite work out the way that he wants. Things again go awry. This is a great twist on a traditional Christmas story. Plus, Tim Burton animation has always been just wow. I rewatched this last night and I completely forgot that it was a musical, so if you're not a fan of musicals, maybe steer clear of this one. Okay. Alright, we made it to the end. So my 10th Christmas movie recommendation. You guys were wondering why you hadn't heard it yet. Here it is. It's Home Alone. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm not a huge fan of the Home Alone series. Yes, I had a huge crush on Macaulay Culkin, Richie Rich himself, back in the day, but I was never a huge fan of these movies. Maybe it's because I was alone a lot as a kid, and the whole premise of leaving a kid behind during the holidays just didn't sit right with me, and it hit too close to home. So these movies never really appealed to me, but I did always watch them whenever they would come on TV. But nevertheless, it seems to be a holiday favorite for so many people, so I don't want to discredit it, and I don't want all of those Home Alone fanatics to come after me, okay? It's on my list, please don't come after me. Even though it's not one of my favorites, I've included it on this list because it just screams nostalgia, especially for us 90s kids. Okay guys, that's the end of my list. Let me know what your holiday favorites are in the comments below. I'm a big fan of movie nights, especially holiday themed ones, so I'd love to know what your recommendations are for me. If you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and share it with your friends and family who might be looking for some Christmas movies to get themselves into the holiday spirit. And if you haven't, please do go ahead and subscribe. Turn on that bell notification because like I said, I will be posting videos every day this month up until Christmas. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are having a great holiday season so far, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!